Well, hello, and welcome to a delayed edition of 10 with Tom. Usually we try and get these out on Tuesday, but it has been a really crazy week. It's been a really busy week, and so we're running a little late, but we wanted to get something to you this week. So glad you're joining us, and here we go. Did you know that on this day, in 1969, construction began on Walt Disney World? Now, Walt Disney had built Disneyland out in California, and Disneyland was created as a place where families could go and they could lose themselves in a dream world of magic, make-believe, and fun. And after its success, Walt had visions for another park, but this time on a much larger scale. He realized that he had not purchased enough land to do all that he wanted to do on that California site. The real world, he said, was still too close to his land of make-believe. He said, quote, "I don't want the public to see the world they live in while they're in the park. I want them to feel they're in another world." And so even though Walt Disney never lived to see the opening of Walt Disney World, his vision was fulfilled. From the moment you enter Disney World, there is a sense of wonder, excitement, and fantasy. Now, the Eeyore in me looks at that and goes, yes, there is a sense of wonder. I wonder how I'm going to pay for all this. There's a sense of excitement. Like, oh my gosh, here comes the bill. Ah! And there's a sense of fantasy. Maybe I'll win the lottery, and then I can afford all this stuff. But that's just the Eeyore in me. I know a lot of people do their planning around their Disney vacations. People come from all over the world. And it's because of that sense of wonder, excitement, and fantasy that you get when you walk into the park. Now, at any given moment, as you're walking through the park, you might see Mickey Mouse, or Donald Duck, or any number of Disney characters strolling along the grounds. You don't see that every day in Jacksonville or St. Augustine. You can cruise through a jungle. You can ride in a giant teacup, or you can blast through space. You know, the real world is nothing like Disney's creation. And all you have to do is listen to the news to discover a world that is filled with conflicts, crime, and tragedy. Jesus told his disciples up front that their lives would not be trouble-free. In John 16:33, after preparing the disciples for his impending death, resurrection, and ascension, he tells them, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble." It's guaranteed. Trouble will come into our lives. But then Jesus adds this, "But take heart, I have overcome the world." Jesus gives us a way to cope that is infinitely better than the fleeting fantasy escape of Walt Disney World. Jesus promises the Holy Spirit, which we celebrated last Sunday as we celebrated Pentecost. He promises the Holy Spirit as our guide and our comforter to help us deal with the troubled world that we live in. And so it's important for us to know when these troubles come in our lives, we are not alone. I'm not alone, and you are not alone. Not sure about that? Here's another promise from Jesus. This one is found in John chapter 14, verses 15 through 17. Jesus says, "If you love me, keep my commands, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate or counselor to help you and to be with you forever, the Spirit of truth." He's speaking of the Holy Spirit. "The world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you." So take heart in that today as we move forward and realizing that we will go through trouble, but because of the Holy Spirit, we are never alone. I want to reflect back on last Sunday for a couple of minutes as well. What a great confirmation class. It was so much fun bringing them into the fellowship of the church on Sunday, and just really enjoyed working with them. And I know that they enjoyed working with one another. And so I'm very thankful for that group. For those of you who haven't gone through the confirmation experience again, the next time will be in the fall of 2023. And you go, oh, that's so far away. But believe it, it'll happen quickly. It'll be here before you know it. And so look forward to that, and we would love for you, if you've never gone through confirmation, to be a part of that journey, to learn more about your faith, about who Jesus is, about the Holy Spirit, and to learn more about what the church is and what its purpose is in our lives. And so we hope you'll be a part of that. I also want to reflect back on my ordination on Sunday. I know different people have different thoughts on ordination, and I've had several people ask me this week, how has that changed you? It really hasn't. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. For me, I was called into the ministry at a concert back in the fall of 1982. I felt God tugging on my heart and saying, I'm calling you. I didn't know what he was calling me for, and I remember going backstage after an altar call at this concert. It was a Carmen concert. If you don't know who Carmen is, look up Carmen on YouTube, and Carman, and he had some incredible Christian music that he put out, and that night he was particularly sharing his faith and his story, and it connected with me. And so when they did an altar call, I went forward, and I remember going backstage and praying, God, I don't know what it is that you want for me to do, but I'm here and I'm willing to do it. And that's the month I got involved in youth ministry. And it's been almost 39 full years ago. And so it's been an incredible ride. And so while I am ordained, it doesn't mean that things are going to change. I'm going to still be the same Tom Bowers that you've always known. I'm going to still be loving youth, serving youth, and I want to be able to model Christ for you the best way that I can. And I encourage you, as I'm going on my journey, when you see me slipping up, you need to let me know. Keep holding me accountable, because you guys know I hold you guys accountable when I see things that we don't like, and that we want to help each other to grow. So I'm thankful for the honor. I'm thankful for the church recognizing my calling and my commitment to youth, to all of you, over these many, many years. And so I'm grateful for that ordination. But you're not going to see a different Tom Bowers. But hopefully I will continue to be a better Tom Bowers. So wanted to share that with you as well. So thank you for that. That was a great day on Sunday. Now, a couple of other things that are coming up that I wanted to let you in on real quickly. This Sunday, there will not be Bible study. Not because we're taking a week off from the Bible, because we're not at all, but Will is preaching. Of course, you all know that Will just graduated from seminary, and he's going to have an opportunity to preach on Sunday, and I want you guys to all be a part of that. Will is such a big part of our lives as young people. He does a great job with our youth, and you guys know how much he loves each and every one of you, and he actually drew some inspiration from some of our students as he was preparing this message. And so I hope you guys will all be here on Sunday to support Will, to continue to grow in your faith. And so there will not be any Bible study this Sunday. However, there will be youth group on Sunday, and so I don't get a week off because I'll be speaking at youth group on Sunday night. And so I hope you'll be there for that at 5 o'clock. And then afterwards, we'll head on over to Willie Jules and have our time of fellowship around dinner, and always a good time on Sunday night. Then on Monday, we are celebrating Memorial Day, remembering those who fought and died for our nation's freedoms. But on Monday, we will also be gathering, because it's a no-school day. We'll be gathering for lunch. So if you're in the area, if you're not having a family event, we invite you to meet us at noon at the church, and we are headed over to Bojangles for lunch. So bring enough money to cover your lunch, and hopefully we'll see you on Monday if you are in town and not doing anything. Then next Wednesday is our final Wild Wednesday of the school year. Yep, school is almost done. And so wanted to make you aware of that this is the last one. So if you haven't been able to join us yet for one of our middle school Wild Wednesdays, this is your last chance until August. So we meet outside the Wildcat, or outside the office at the Wildcat, and walk over. And so we hope you'll join us for that. And then, of course, Youth Refresh next Wednesday night, which is always a good time. And Pastor Clint will be speaking on Wednesday night, and so that'll be at 6:30. So, lots still going on, and of course a full summer ahead, and we are looking forward to all the things that are happening with that. So you guys have a great day, have a great rest of your week, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday. Love you guys.